Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Free Range Diva. I have wanted to try a little experiment. I am going to try to sprout my own beans. Recently in my latest What I Eat in a Day video, I had bought some of these sprouted beans from my local farmer's market and ate them, with my salad. And I had some questions about them. So from what I've researched, it should be fairly easy to sprout these beans at home. And then the reason why is that it makes them more digestible. It makes them, beans naturally have digestive enzymes, but this creates more. It allows them to grow, and it helps your body to digest the beans so that you get all of the nourishment from this very healthy protein source without any of the tummy upset that eating raw beans would normally cause. So I'm going to try two methods, and I'm going to take you along with me over the next few days as I try these two methods. One is a sprouting jar, a homemade sprouting jar, and the other is to just do it in a bowl with some water. So both methods are very low tech, and we'll see if both methods yield similar results. So without any more discussion, I'm going to take you to my kitchen, and let's sprout some beans. All right, let's go. So here's what we're using to sprout these beans. I've got a mason jar and a sprouting lid. That's one method. And then the other method, I'm just going to use a bowl and a strainer. I've got, these are dried bean soup mix. You can see, there we go, that I got from the bulk bins of my health store. And then I'm going to just use some purified drinking water. So let's get started. So I have about half a cup of beans in each of the jar and the bowl, and I've put in enough water to make sure that they're well covered, because these beans, the first thing we're going to do is let these soak for about 8 hours or overnight, and during that time they're going to double in size, so you want to make sure you have enough water in there. And so what I'm going to do now is cover these guys and let them soak. Okay, so I'm going to start with the sprouting jar, and as you can see, the beans have swollen up and they've been soaking for about 8, maybe 9 hours. On top, this is a sprouting lid that doesn't quite fit the jar as well as it should, even though when I bought it, it's supposed to fit this size jar. But this sprouting lid is going to allow me to pour out the water and to drain off all the water and allow the beans to get good air circulation while they're sprouting. So first thing I'm going to do is pour out all the water. And then I'm going to rinse it once. Agitate this really well. Drain it one more time and give it one more good rinse. And for the second rinse, I'm going to use the filtered water, because our tap water here is very high in particulate matter. So we'll agitate it again. There you can see. And this time you can see the water's cloudy, but it's clearer than it was the last time. Drain this out, and we want to drain this really, really well. So I'm going to shake it. Make sure all that water's out of there. And then you can either set this up like this on your counter, or you can put it into a bowl. And so that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to put this sideways in a bowl. And I'm going to repeat the process for the second method in the bowl, and you can see how brown and cloudy the water is. So I'm going to drain off this water using my handy dandy strainer. And then I'm going to rinse this Give it a good rinse under tap water. And give it a second rinse with the purified water. And we're going to let this drain out really well. And put this also set up in a bowl, making sure that there's no water touching underneath the strainer, because that will allow mold to grow. So I'm just holding this here and giving it a good shake so it can drain off really well. I'm putting this into a bowl. You can also put this in a drain rack, but as you can see, I'm making sure that there's good airflow coming in at the bottom and all the way up. That's going to be important to make sure that no mold grows. And here's my strainer, and this is going to also go in this bowl, and I'm making sure that the bowl is deep enough so that the water that drains out will not touch the bottom of the strainer, so that there's plenty of room, as you can see here, between the bottom of the strainer and the water that's going to drain out of these. And both of these I'm going to let sit for 12 hours. And twice a day I'm going to repeat the same procedure, rinsing, draining, and setting aside. So about every 12 hours or 2 times a day I'm going to do that until I start seeing shoots. So here we are. I have washed these a total of 2 times yesterday and 1 time today. So the ones in this, I'm just checking this with my impeccably freshly washed hands. Yeah, the one that I left in the strainer, as you can see, these are done and ready to be eaten. And the ones that are in the jar, let's turn this up a little bit. They could probably be washed 1 more time. I might just leave them as they are. But these are definitely ready to go, and you can store these in a Ziploc bag in the refrigerator, and they're really good sprinkled over a green salad or fresh vegetables, fresh cooked vegetables, or even with you can have a bowl of these with a nice vinaigrette and have it as a bean salad all by themselves. I'm going to taste one just to see how it is. These are great. Very tasty. So I'd say my little experiment was a success. So when I tasted the ones that were in the sprouting jar, I noticed that they smelled a little bit off and the taste was a little bit bitter. So I'm thinking these might have gotten a little bit moldy or gone a little bit bad. I'm going to put them in the freezer, probably put a little lemon juice on them, and then bring them out in a few weeks and see if they still taste off, and if they do, I'm going to throw them out. But the ones that are in the strainer are perfectly fine. They smell great and they taste great too. So happy sprouting, everybody. There's 2 easy ways of getting some nice sprouted, highly digestible, highly nutritious beans into your diet. Have fun And if you have any questions, let me know by putting them in the comments below. Otherwise, have a great day out there. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and I will talk to you very, very, very soon. Bye, everybody.